talk to me. You and Ellis Williams, another one of the Browns beat reporters there, did a mock draft. Who'd you end up with at 26? Take me through that and what was going through your mind when you made the pick as well.
Well, I went a little off the board, I guess you could say. I went with Asante Samuel Jr., the corner out of Florida State. I actually did catch your previous segment, so I understand there may be some skepticism there. I understand the size is a limitation. I've talked before about short corners. Hey, I'm getting prepared. I'm being prepared for when I come on the show here. But I know he's a shorter guy, and I've talked about getting taller corners, how I think that's beneficial for the AFC North, but the more I thought about it, I think where he kind of lacks in size, he makes up for in how he plays the football. He's very agile. You know, you watch his highlight film, he really knows how to close on receivers. He knows how to play the football. I've talked about before how much I love bloodlines. I think as much as I would prefer the Browns probably take a taller corner, I think you get yourself in trouble if those top four corners are off the board, and then you're going to reach and take a taller corner who may not be as talented as Samuel. Because I think at the end of the day, talent should be the deciding factor on whether you take a player or not over somebody else.
Now, the other thing is you better have an attitude if you're going to play corner in the NFL, and that would be a plus. You know, his attitude is plus, being Asante Samuel's, and he gets that from his dad without question.
Yeah, absolutely. And we know that Denzel Ward plays with a little bit of a physical ability, and obviously that's gotten into trouble a little bit when it comes to injuries. I think Samuel does play with a lot of that. There's plays of him blowing up plays in the backfield. There was even one I saw where he almost picked off a bubble screen. He just closes on it at full speed and does some crazy leap to knock the ball down. He almost intercepted it. I don't know if he got hurt on the play, but it was a crazy athletic play. So I think those things stick out for me with Asante Samuel Jr. I don't know if he's necessarily the pick at 26. If one of those top four corners that we talked about is there, I would take them over Samuel. But unless you're trading down for whatever reason and you really, really like Asante Samuel and you don't mind the idea of having two smaller corners on the field together, not a bad option, I think.
And the second round pick, who'd you have the Browns taking? I believe it's 59 overall, their second round pick.
Yeah, Ellis had that pick. He had the Browns taking Payton Turner, the edge rusher from Houston, who I really like as a second round guy. We kind of had this fun back and forth of when one of us makes a pick, especially in the first round with the Browns second round pick, we kind of had some reaction. I like Payton Turner. I love his versatility. He could play on the outside. He could play on the inside. The way I kind of saw the board was interesting because if you look at the mock draft where we were, there were three receivers I really liked there, but there's no questioning Payton Turner's talent at that spot. He's a great fit, I think, for putting in the 4-3. We talked about versatility, how much that matters to the Browns. We saw that in the signings in the offseason, that they want guys who can do multiple things. And I see Turner as a guy who could provide an interior pass rush. So if he's there, he's worth a pick if they don't go edge in the first round.